out this again, total control over the economic process depends directly upon total information awareness within that economic system. No engineer would ever build a factory floor if they didn't have a way to monitor what's going on the factory floor. How would you know how to adjust the processes on the floor if you didn't have a monitoring system in place, you see? Well, because of that, now you can see why they need a total surveillance society. This is easy to see. Here's the director of national intelligence. I put in 4 of the major agencies that he's responsible for: the FBI, Department of Homeland Security, the CIA, Department of Justice. But in fact, the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, has 17 agencies that report directly to him. He is now responsible for all budgetary activity with all those 17 agencies. He personally has to approve every budget. He has to approve every activity of all of these different agencies. He is the kingpin, if you will, in every sense. This position has been underplayed, by the way. So, the DNI is just kind of like just a position, maybe kind of like, not quite like a consultant, but it's just kind of a coordinator. Get everybody together, working on the same page and playing on the same team so that 9/11 doesn't happen again, because we didn't share intelligence. 17 agencies. Well, here's the interesting thing about the DNI. This was created under George Bush, John. April 21st, 2005, George Bush signed this into law to create the DNI and to outfit the whole mechanism, right? And who did he appoint to be the first ever director of national intelligence but a Mr. John Negroponte? John Negroponte.
Oh, Lord.
He was a member of the Trilateral Commission, John. This is the man that set up the structure for our entire intelligence system throughout the United States. All 17 agencies were reformed, were transformed by John Negroponte to serve a different master for a different purpose. And I suggest to you that our entire national apparatus is now designed to serve technocracy, not the American people. This is the control mechanism that they have now to monitor what's going on in society. It fits perfectly with technocracy, you see.
Yes, I do see. And I got to tell you, Patrick, this is beyond sobering. This literally is stunning, because you have pulled together all of the points, virtually, that explain why things run in such an inscrutable way, why the government won't work, why the will of the people is not being paid any attention at all, why the parties behave almost identically except for their style of presentation.
That's exactly right.
I mean, this is beyond belief. But the thing that's the most stunning about it is I can't decide if we've just been duped and just let it happen. We were just oblivious to it, or if we were in denial, or if we were just too stupid to see it happening, because we've been dumbed down. I mean, look at the idiotic things that people fixate on. I would submit to you this is far more interesting than the dimensions of Kim's backside.
For sure. For sure. This is the evidence is beyond it's beyond way beyond provability. The evidence is so overwhelming at this point, and I'm sure there's more. I know there's got to be stuff I haven't uncovered, but you know what? Even what I have right now is so over the top, completely overwhelming. These people stand guilty and naked before the evidence.
Damning is the word I would use.
It's damning evidence, John. Absolutely damning evidence. These people deserve everything they get. And why hasn't America picked up on this? Ignorance is part of it. The other thing is it's been hidden from them. It's been hidden in plain sight. If you don't understand history, you can't possibly understand technocracy. You just can't.
And how can you know it if you're not taught it?
That's right. And even then, technocracy fell out of the history books. It just wasn't there to be taught in U.S. history. So students going to class, they learn about everything else. They learn about the Civil War, they learn about the presidents, but they don't learn about technocracy because it wasn't in the history book in the first place. So they can't see what it was. Once historic technocracy is understood, and once the Trilateral Commission hegemony is understood, all of a sudden the dots connect. It's not that I connected the dots. I merely am presenting some evidence that makes the dots self-evident. You follow what I'm saying?
They connect themselves.
I know, they connect themselves. I don't have to sit here and draw lines for you. When you see these different aspects of this line up, you say, oh, that's it. That's it. That's exactly what's going on. And it is. And so, somebody immediately says, well, Obama's not a president. He's not a member of the Trilateral Commission. Give me a break. All this stuff is just coincidence. And even if it wasn't, Obama's not one of those. Well, look at the people surrounding this guy. Admiral Dennis Blair was his first director of national intelligence. Dennis Blair, John Negroponte are two peas in a pod. They're both members of the Trilateral Commission. Give me a break. Are these people the only ones qualified to run our national security apparatus? I don't think so. John, you could do a better job. You could do it, I'm sure. Susan Rice. Remember Benghazi?
Mm-hmm.
When she was ambassador to the UN.
Oh, yes.
And Benghazi goes up in flames, and she's out with her talking points, lying to the American people about everything that was always about this video, about this and that. A member of the Trilateral Commission, did she just have an attack of stupid or something? Or was there something more behind it? Well, she got moved laterally from being the ambassador to the UN to move directly to be the national security advisor to the president, where she's completely protected by the executive security, whatever it is, privilege. Then you have Tom Donilon. He served as the assistant security advisor as well as the national security advisor, member of the Trilateral Commission. And then he had another one, James Jones, served as a national security advisor. So Obama has so far had 3 NSAs. 3. Every one of them has been a member of the Trilateral Commission. Now, what kind of odds do you put on that, John?
I would say the deck is stacked. I don't think the odds even come into play.
I know. It's like over the top.
Now, as far as people on the ground, the boots on the ground here, so I'm thinking it might be pretty difficult to go off the grid at this